The Twins are looking for a Toronto turnaround, and so far so good for Minnesota in this series. A Game 1 win last night. Now the Twins are hoping to string a couple together with Game 2 against the Blue Jays. Ryan Barucki was optioned to the minors over the break. Tonight, he's going to make his 5th career big league start, and this will also be the first time he's ever faced the Twins. All-star Jose Barrios will make his first start of the second half. He's only faced the Blue Jays once in his career. Tonight will be his first career start at Rogers Center. And welcome to Toronto. Good evening. I'm Marnie Gellner. The Twins are looking forward to seeing a rested and refreshed Jose Barrios in his start here tonight. He hasn't made a start in 10 days, not since July 14th against the Rays, but he did make one really memorable appearance since then, and that was in the 5th inning of the All-Star game last Tuesday. Barrios got a ground ball out, a couple of fly ball outs. He said the experience was more than he even thought it would be, something he'll never forget. And now Barrios is back to a regular routine. He also enjoyed a couple of days off during the break.
Just play catch, nothing, you running, nothing. Just play catch and enjoy the moment right there. And I pitch Tuesday. I do my routine after pitch, do my rollout and everything. But then I do nothing, just the first day in Kansas.
It's a little rare, but Barrios did take 2 days off during that All-Star break. And yesterday he said, I know when I feel bad, I know when I feel good, and right now I feel great. Dick Bramer, Roy Smalley, Barrios would probably feel even better if he can get some of that offensive support that the Twins gave the starter last night.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been frustrating for Paul Molitor and for James Rowson, the hitting coach. It's been frustrating for you fans to watch this Twins lineup blink on and off like a turn signal. Well, last night the blinkers were on.
They were on last night, and we've seen for a couple of years now, this particular lineup needs a lot of guys in that lineup. 4, 5, 6, 7 guys swinging the bats well at the same time to really click. I think it's fair to say that when they were in Kansas City coming out of the break, that the professional at-bats, the really good at-bats up and down the lineup were relatively non-existent. They jumped right back on them last night. Everyone up and down the lineup, totally different in the quality of the bats that they had. They hit the ball all over the field. They hit some of them over the fence. It was just a classic. This is how we Twins hitters score a lot of runs.
And we'll see if the Twins lineup can give Jose Barrios some early run support as they gave their starting pitcher last night. Barrios is an all-star. He also is the Twins ace, and he'll pitch Game 2 tonight against the Jays.
cleaner in New York is how I would explain it.
It's a fun city to go to because you kind of get out of the norm and you get to experience another country at the same time.
I don't like going through customs, but that is what it is.
A lot of nice people up there, and it's just a different atmosphere, but I'm a big fan of Toronto and everything, up there.
And as we said yesterday, for those of you who like to check off a list of making a trip to every ballpark in the major leagues, and if you've not done Toronto, we'd recommend that because it is a gorgeous city. And the ball game's going to be played with the roof here at the Rogers Center. And the Blue Jays take the field as the Twins hope to recover from being swept in Kansas City, and maybe 24 hours from now we'll be looking back at a Twin sweep over the Jays. Paul Molitor, of course, helped the Blue Jays win a World Series here in 1993. The Menards batting order for the Twins: Joe Mauer leading off, Eddie Rosario hitting second, Brian Dozier moving up a notch to third with Escobar hitting cleanup. Then Robbie Grossman, Max Kepler, Taylor Motter getting the start in right field, Jorge Polanco, and Bobby Wilson.
The home furniture starting pitcher for the Blue Jays, Ryan Borucki. As Marty mentioned earlier in the open of our show, his 5th major league start, just called back up from the minor leagues. And his favorite pitcher is Mark Burley, hero Mark Burley. So
we'll be out of here in 2 hours.
I think we're going to see a lot of strikes. We're going to see a lot of change-ups and a lot of sinkers, and hopefully he'll throw them where the Twins can hit them.
Twins have had problems with Burley types this year. We'll see how they fare here tonight. The Northland Ford defense for the Blue Jays: Teoscar Hernandez in left, Randall Grichuk in center, and veteran Curtis Granderson making the start in right field. Solarte, Gurriel, Travis, Smoke, the infielders, and another veteran, Russell Martin, back behind the plate. Last night the Twins scored a first inning run. They got a double and a triple in the first inning and helped Adalberto Mejia kind of get his night started by giving him some early run support. Mauer enjoying a moment with Russell Martin and with home plate umpire Hunter Wendelstedt, and we're about ready to go. Last time we saw Wendelstedt, it was at Wrigley Field, and he had a white towel draped around his neck while he was umpiring a game. Never seen that before. He was trying to deal with the heat like everybody else. One strike to Mauer. Average up to 285. And that's to the backstop, 1-1.
On base percentage down from 500.
He really is, and he talked about it in the post game last night. He said, sometimes the good streaks for a hitter, when he's on, sometimes you try to hang on to him as long as you can, and that's how he won batting championships. When he was feeling good at the plate, there would be 3-4 weeks
right,
where he would just tear the cover off the ball, and we're starting to see some of that again from him.
Well, I mentioned it earlier on one of our broadcasts that the nature of hitting, the very characteristic of hitting in the big leagues, is that your stroke comes and goes. The hot streaks come, then they go away. You get in a slump, they come back, then you come back. And the good hitters, those hot streaks get elongated, and the bad streaks get truncated. There's some kind of way they have of just being better.
Tapped foul, now 3-2. Most of the hits going to left and center field, but yeah, over the last 2 weeks or 13 games, hitting 400. On base percentage of .443. Chopper over the mound, fielded by Travis, 1 away. And that'll bring up Eddie Rosario. Barucki, again, as Marnie said in the pregame show, I think was sent down, called back for this start. Last night's game was started but not nearly finished, with the Blue Jays just sending somebody out there, and the entire game was a bullpen game. Well, the Blue Jays hope for a much longer outing from their starting pitcher here tonight. 1 strike to Rosario.
Well, the Twins have to believe that clubs are scouring the world to try to find left-handed pitchers to run out there against them lately.
Right.
And you understand it. They've been better with Dozier not swinging the bat as well against left-handers as this season as he always have. No Buxton, no Sano, who generally have hit left-handers well. But they're a little left-handed right now.
It's poked to right center field, and coming in is Granderson for the catch and out number 2. And that'll bring up Brian Dozier with the bases empty.
Well, he's got a running fastball. Doesn't throw a four-seamer. It's a two-seam fastball that kind of that he throws 2/3 of the time. It throws a lot of changeup. They think he has a very, very good changeup. But you see, he's got to throw a lot of changeups and curveballs because the fastball is getting knocked around.
Dozier takes ball 1, hitless in 14 at bats against Toronto pitching this year with 7 strikeouts. And a strike 1-1. Brian had just 1 hit in Kansas City, so that means just 1 hit on the road trip so far. Outside, and it's 2-1. Splintered his bat, and he's thrown out at first. Good first inning for Ryan Barucki as he sets down the Twins 1-2-3. Of rain, I guess, but we have the roof closed for some reason.
Boy, it was beautiful today.
Yeah, it just felt like summertime, and yet we'll play indoors. John Gibbons, 2 different stints as the Toronto manager in his 11th year. Here's his Menards batting order. Curtis Granderson leading things off. Lourdes Gurriel, Justin Smoke, Teoscar Hernandez, Yangervis Solarte, Kendrys Morales, Russell Martin, Randall Grichuk, and Devin Travis.
Home Furniture starting pitcher for the Twins, the All-Star, Jose Barrios.
And Granderson takes strike 1. Granderson's name has been circulating in trade rumors for the last couple of weeks. Fouled back. Having an okay year, hitting just .230, but still some power. 9 home runs, 29 runs batted in. And while there might be questions about what he might bring on the field, no questions about what he brings in the clubhouse. He's one of the classiest ball players that the game has seen.
Clubhouse,
wherever he goes, he's going to be an asset.
You bet. You bet. Wonderful, wonderful guy.
And he's the Blue Jay recipient of the Heart and Hustle Award. Eduardo Escobar winning that honor for the Twins. 1-2. And it's a pop-up to short center. Polanco retreats, makes the catch. How are you on that play? That's an undervalued play. I remember Tom Kelly when the Twins had to let Greg Gagne go. That was the first thing he mentioned, that they would miss Gagne's ability to retreat on pop-ups.
Well, I felt like I was pretty good at it, to answer your question. I didn't have Gagne's speed and quickness, but I felt like I took pretty good routes to the ball and understood how to make that play. I mean, you can't play a long time at shortstop in the big leagues without making most of them. I
think most fans, when they think about range for a shortstop, they think laterally on ground balls.
Sure.
But going out and running 70 feet to catch a pop-up in short center field, that's a big part of a shortstop's game.
My most memorable one was running behind the third baseman down the left field line and catching a ball that might have been a hit when Dave Righetti threw a no-hitter against the Red Sox. Yeah, I had a couple plays there that were challenging, but that was one of them. I was happy to be able to get to that ball and catch it. So was Righetti, by the way.
Yeah, I would imagine so. And pulled foul 2-2.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm loving Jose Barrios coming out throwing all fastballs here. He threw 5 fastballs in a row to Granderson. He's thrown all fastballs, I think, here, mostly fastballs to Gurriel. I really like it when because that's why. You just establish that fastball, make guys say, holy cow, he's throwing 94, 95 today. I got to tune it up. And then we get to 2-2 and he's seen a bunch of them. Then you drop the yellow hammer on him. Bang, see ya.
Twins out on the field. Have Kepler in center, flanked by Rosario and Motter. Escobar, Polanco, Dozier, Bauer, Bobby Wilson around the mound. 2 down, and now Justin Smoke.
Just poured in there. This is probably the best first inning velocity we've seen him have in a long time. Testimony to how he said he feels great.
Up and in, 1-1. Well, the Twins intentionally gave Barrios a couple of extra days. He pitched in the All-Star game a week ago tonight, and they could have come back with him earlier. There's a high blast to center field, and Justin Smoke has sent one to the warning track. Twins had 4 outfielders out there, and it was Kepler who made the catch, and a 1-2-3 first inning.
here at Rogers Center. Here is your scoop from the clubhouse. Byron Buxton took batting practice with AAA with the Red Wings today, and that was pretty significant because it's the first time Buxton has done that since his hand injury about a week and a half ago. Paul Molitor was talking about Jose Barrios making a start today and saying, once you get a chance to play in the All-Star game, even if it's subconsciously, you want to go out there, you want to back up your second half to show that you were worthy of that All-Star selection. And he talked about tomorrow's starter as well, Irvin Santana, and the pitching range for Irv. Molitor said he is not too worried about extending Irvin into the 100 pitch range. And I think Dick and Roy, we're all looking forward to seeing Irvin in his season debut tomorrow.
Well, we were all down in the clubhouse, and Marnie was too, when he walked into the clubhouse, and it did seem like there was a little bit more joviality and laughter, and I think not having him on the field once every 5 days is one thing, but he was a big part of the clubhouse last year in terms of the personality of the team.
You bet he was.
1-2, and now a called third strike to Escobar, one away.
What?
Congratulations to Eduardo Escobar. As we said before, the Heart and Hustle Award winner. Each team has a representative, and the final winner will be announced in early November. And boy, that's pretty much his game, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Passion for the game, spirit, tradition of the game.
Yeah, I think the just the name Heart and Hustle could just be a description of Eduardo Escobar.
Barucki spins one over. Strike one to Grossman. A fastball over the inside corner. Grossman, the designated hitter. We've seen him in the outfield. Paul Molitor wanted to get Taylor Motter a start and some at bats. Outside, 1-2.
Basically, fastball in, fastball out, changeup. Fastball in, changeup, fastball out, changeup. That's kind of the Mark Burley way.
On the ground, 3 hops to Gurriel. 2 down. That'll bring up Max Kepler.
Pizza Ranch for the win tonight. What do the Twins have to do? Keep the offense going. Build on what you did yesterday. All those quality at bats for Jose Barrios. If I don't miss my guess, I don't think it'll take that many runs. I think Barrios is going to shut him down tonight. Keep those quality at bats coming.
Kepler with a check swing. Ball 1. Oh, third base umpire David Rackley said it's a strike. And now a ball. All right.
Yeah, it's a big strike zone tonight, boys. It's a very, very big
right-handed batter's box.
Yeah, it's a big strike zone. I've seen that already.
I believe the count is 1-2. The scoreboard here has 2-1, but there was. And Hunter Wendelstedt does point out that the count actually is 1-2. Off the end of the bat, foul. Five up, 5 down for Barucki. The outside corner. And a pair of 1-2-3 innings for Ryan Barucki.
took a couple of days off over the All-Star break.
I am the guy, I don't like stop working, you know. No, I don't like take a off day during the season. It's hard to me because I feel like worse. But during this as a break, I pitched one inning, but I took all 4 days just rest and fun with my family. And then when we came to Kansas City, I started working again. So I feel great. So that's good for me. Now I know myself and I can do that for the rest of the season.
Said he feels great now after 2 days off, Wednesday and Thursday, Dick and Roy. And Barrios also said to me when I asked him about his second half, he said he did not have a good start last year in his first game back after the break, and that was kind of on his mind and something that he really wanted to change. And so far, a good first inning here tonight for Jose Barrios.
Yeah, 3 up, 3 down. A 3-0 count, now 3-1. Thank you, Marnie. It's Hernandez, Solarte, and Morales here in the second. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Let's see, Johan Santana out of the break, 7 innings. Pretty good numbers in his starts. Irvin Santana last year got the win.
I'd say Johan's starts are pretty good. Pretty good numbers.
High fly center field, and Kepler with plenty of room. And Barrios comes back from 3-0 to retire Hernandez 1 away.
I mentioned in the first inning, in thinking about Barrios' start today, I was hoping that he would get back on the fastball train. I think he gets a little bit curveball happy sometimes, and maybe that has to do with the way he's feeling about his fastball on a particular day. Maybe he thinks for whatever reason, he doesn't have his best fastball and doesn't like to throw it. But I think he's most effective when he's just pouring it in there like that.
Well, when you can throw it like that at 95 and you can spot it around the periphery of the strike zone, why wouldn't you throw it?
Yeah. And still the best pitch in baseball. You establish that fastball with hitters, and you become, as a pitcher, you become the aggressor.
Another foul ball on a 94-mile-per-hour fastball, 0-2. He struck out Gurriel, getting ahead of him on fastballs, and then he, on a 2-2 pitch, swept the breaking ball down and away and struck him out swinging. Loop behind third, and it's a base hit. Solarte will go to second with a bloop double.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen Solarte play that much. I saw him play in San Diego. Now I've seen him play here. I think he's gotten more cracked bats hits in the 4 games I've seen him play than anybody else I've ever seen in their whole career. It's amazing to me.
Another shift buster, if you will. I mean, the Twins swung the infield around. Nobody really had a chance to get that ball because
no, that was a base hit all the way, no matter where they were going to play him.
Here's Morales, the designated hitter.
Really good pitch by Barrios. Good idea by Bobby Wilson, and he just lucked out.
Slash to left, a base hit. Solarte will be held at third. And Morales on the first pitch spanks a single to left. Now first and third, 1 down.
Veteran hitter Kendrys Morales has watched Barrios go fastball after fastball, especially to everybody, and he just went up there looking for it down, slashed it to left. Doesn't mean that Barrios should get off the fastball. That's just a very veteran professional hitter going up there with a plan and making it work that particular time.
Russell Martin will bat first and third, 1 down. Martin struggling at the plate this year big time, hitting just .181. Blocked by Wilson, ball 1. 216 at bats and only 5 ground ball double plays. Fastball off the plate. It's 2-0. Tapper foul. 2-1.
Good movement on that fastball. 2-0 count. Fastball count. The hitter is absolutely sitting on fastball, trying to get the big end of the bat out in front, hit to his pull field. You watch the movement on this ball down, sinking down below the bat. Hit over the top of it because of that late movement on his two-seam fastball. Good 2-0 pitch.
And a real good chance, I would think, that if he throws that pitch down there again, he might get the double play grounder he's looking for. 2-2. DQ combination with Barrios effectively using that sinker and getting a lot of swings and misses.
And the reason that happens is because he's got good velocity on it. He throws a lot of fastballs, so guys are geared up to hit the fastball, and so they will swing at it, but the ball's got good movement.
Instead of the double play grounder, he polishes them off with a breaking ball on a 2-2 pitch. 2 down.
4 straight, I shouldn't say straight fastballs because they were moving. 4 consecutive fastballs to get to 2-2, and just like with Gurriel, then they hadn't seen the curveball yet. I take it back. Martin saw it on the first pitch, but now he, after punishing him with fastballs and convincing him the fastball was coming, then he drops a curveball, a really good curveball in the perfect spot.
Grichuk with runners on the corners and 2 down. And another foul. Bobby Wilson's taking a beating this inning. Either he or his equipment have.
The next step in the development of Jose Barrios we have seen this year, and it gets better and better, it seems, with almost each start. In the past, when things got hairy out there on the bases, and he would not throw nearly as many strikes. He'd lose his command, lose his focus. Great curveball there to get Grichuk to 0-2. Now we've seen this a lot. First and third, they're there because he beat one hitter and he got a bloop hit, but it did not phase him. He comes back and is making quality pitches in the strike zone to give himself a chance to get out of it or minimize the damage.
Missing inside. 1-2.
Oh, that's a really good try right there.
Grichuk laid off.
Yeah, he had an idea he wanted to swing, but and the reason I like that pitch is he could have gotten him to swing and miss that pitch, but it also really fires up the hitter's eyes. 94 up there in his eyes. It sets up this next pitch.
That's a heck of a block by Wilson, and that ends it. First and third, 1 out, no problem. 10 pitches later, and Barrios has a couple of strikeouts. We're scoreless through 2.
T-Mobile. Last night, Pittsburgh in rainy Cleveland. Josh Harrison hit a 3-run home run. Gregory Polanco hit a 2-run triple, both off of Corey Kluber. And the Pirates shut out the Indians 7-0 in a 6-inning rain-shortened game. That is the 10th consecutive win for Pittsburgh. So the first 10-game winning streak for the Pirates since 2004. Dick and Roy, that is 14 years.
Yes, and that's they're now, the Pirates are just 4.5 games behind the Brewers. So don't go to sleep on Pittsburgh just yet. 1-1 to Taylor Motter. Tap foul. 1-2. Corey Kluber, by the way, said his knee is fine. There was some question about his effectiveness or lack of it last night, and he's had some right knee issues. He said his mechanics are just out of whack, and that's why he did not have the best of nights last night. Inside now, 2-2 to Taylor Motter. Motter got some playing time, then he ran into the fence on the south side of Chicago. Concussion-like symptoms. Dribbled to the right side. Motter can run pretty well, and a heck of a play by Devin Travis to throw him out at first.
That is some kind of good play right there.
One down in the third.
You watch it again off the end of the bat. Motter can get down the line. Travis barehands it off the dirt and throws him out. This will be a nice view of it here. Motter really scampering down the line, but Travis actually makes it look easy. Watch this. Bare hand, throw all in one motion. Nice play.
Here's Polanco. Popped up right side. Smoke wants it. 2 down, 8 up, and 8 down for Ryan Borucki. And that'll bring up Bobby Wilson. I mentioned before the Twins have had problems with touch and feel left-handers. Wade LeBlanc of the Mariners, guys like that. They don't throw overpoweringly hard, but they have command of their, I don't even want to call them secondary pitches. In Borucki's case, his fastball might be his secondary pitch. He throws a changeup a lot and a breaking ball that he's been able to throw over for strikes. And there's a fastball on the outside corner.
So I understand that with guys like this, you have to go behind around and back of the numbers a little bit, I think.
Fouled down the right side into the seats.
We showed you a stat on Borucki's arsenal and the percentage of times he uses various pitches, and he throws the fastball about 2/3 of the time. But the question is, how many times does he throw it for a strike? Not just throwing it, because just throwing it doesn't matter, but does he really want you to hit that pitch?
Off the end of the bat.
I mean, he's going to throw a lot of changeups to make you hit that. That's the one. And even though he might throw the changeup 30% of the time, 100% of the time it's the ball he wants you to swing at, and you can't say that about the fastball.
There's a fastball fouled straight back.
Before a hitter gets to 2 strikes, and I believe that one of the reasons the Twins have had a hard time with guys that pitch like this is because they can't get on one pitch or the other. They allow the pitcher to make them confused, go up there and try to hit everything, and if a guy's got a good a reasonable fastball and a good changeup, he can tie you in knots if you're swinging at everything. If you're trying to hit both speeds and before you get 2 strikes, you can make early outs, weak outs, swinging at a ball that has fooled you just because it's a strike. You don't have to swing at it just because it's a strike.
Backhanded by Solarte. And 3 perfect innings for Ryan Borucki. Should be a good night there tonight. Twins are hoping to make it 2 in a row over the Blue Jays. Barrios pitched out of some difficulty in the second, and now in the third it'll be Devin Travis, Curtis Granderson, and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Down low, ball 1. In Barrios' last start, came in that last series before the All-Star break. 6 innings, 6 earned runs, which is very unlike Barrios to give up that much damage in the 6 innings. 4 of the runs were scored in the 4th inning when the Rays sent 8 men to the plate. Tapper to short. Polanco waits for the final hop. I guess you always do that, don't you? Wait for the final hop, the last one you get.
No, you get the final hop, but you don't always wait for it. If you're waiting for the final hop, a lot of
what
times
you end up catching is always the final hop.
Yeah, exactly. But I would most times advise not waiting for it. I'd advise going to get it.
And I forget who it was who speculated or wondered on television or radio, a broadcaster did this. Why is it that the bad hop is always on the last hop? And if it's a 4-hopper, the second hop isn't the bad hop.
Well, it might have been a bad hop, but you don't care about it at that point.
Yeah. Fouled away by Granderson. At any rate, his last start, the Rays touched him for 4 runs in the 4th inning. 8 men batted. There were 4 hits, 3 doubles. It was a very rare inning by Barrios. He charges off the mound after delivering ball 2. I mean, excuse me, 1-1 is the count. I mean, sending 8 men to the plate in 1 inning against this guy, that's a big inning.
It is.
And Granderson taps it foul. 1-2.
That foul ball and lack of a easy base hit, the result of Granderson trying to bunt an high inside fastball to the left side.
Twins have 4 outfielders out there and 3 infielders all pulled over on the right side.
Yep. So
StatCast powered by AWS.
You see why he wanted to bunt it over there, but you got to get a good pitch. You have to get the kind of pitch you can bunt over there. Otherwise, you just do what he did and cost yourself a strike.
Fouled by about 6 feet. Granderson popped up into center field, grabbed by Polanco to start the bottom of the 1st inning. Half swing, did he go? Yes, he did, according to David Rackley. 2 down. Again, the breaking ball gets a swinging strike 3.
The more fastballs he throws, the more swings and misses he'll get on the breaking ball. Hurry up, it's a fastball. Oh, no, it's not.
Hurry up, the ball's right there. Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
And now Gurriel went down swinging on a breaking ball his first time out. Ball 1. Breaking ball 2-0. Twins will have Irvin Santana pitch tomorrow. For the time being, they'll have a 6-man rotation. Don't know how long that will last, as Barrios tries to come back from 3-0 to Gurriel now. And a fastball for a strike. But there's a chance that Barrios will be the starting pitcher a week from Saturday when Johan Santana will be inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame. Dozier lays out to his right. Wasn't able to get up and make a throw, so he tried to flip it to Polanco, and it'll be an infield hit for Gurriel.
Back up the middle with an outside fastball. Bryant cuts it off with a really nice dive. Realizes that he wasn't going to be able to throw him out. Right there, he was fumbling with the ball. Said, "Here, oh hey, you throw it over there," but they just couldn't make the exchange quick enough. Good effort. Good try.
Smoke will bat with a man aboard and 2 down. He sent one to the warning track in right center field his first time up. Inside, ball 1.
There's a high fastball in the second inning. This high fastball with 2 strikes set up this breaking ball. Get the hitter to swing at that. The reason why 94 up in your eyes, that makes it look like it's 98 or so, and it gets the hitter really in a hurry, gets him jumping out there on the breaking ball.
Check swing, no swing.
That's why I thought that pitch up there with 1 and 2 was such a good attempt, because oftentimes guys will swing and miss. If they don't swing and miss, they're very impressed with the speed of that ball up there, and it speeds up their whole program against every other pitch.
2-0. That's to right. And Motter makes the catch. Another scoreless inning in the 3rd.
All pitching so far, and what we've seen is that the all-star with no hit stuff has given up 3 hits, and the youngster making his 5th start in the big leagues in his life has yet to give up a hit. 3 perfect innings from Barucki, 3 good innings from Barrios, and here we are in the top of the 4th. Twins trying to get something done.
Mauer takes ball 1. Mauer worked the count full, ended up tapping out to the second baseman Devin Travis. Mauer, Rosario, and Dozier here in the Twins 4th. And a 3-hopper, juggled momentarily. Travis fires to first. 1 down. And that'll get us to Eddie Rosario. Welcome back to Twins baseball, where it's a TRIA Tuesday. TRIA team physicians for the Minnesota Twins. Eddie Rosario with a fly to right. For Barucki, yeah, his 5th big league start, losses in his first 3 starts, but in his debut against the Astros, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs. That's pretty good against that Houston lineup.
There it is.
A couple starts later against the Yankees, 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 run. That's awfully good against the Yankee lineup. Not the first left-hander to have struggled in his first start at Fenway Park. Faced the Red Sox, 3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks. So 3 quality starts, then the stinker at Fenway Park. 2-1 to Rosario. Up and in. Breaking ball that nearly came back over the inside corner. 3-1 to Rosario. And Dozier on deck. On the outside corner with a fastball. A 3-1 pitch, but he put it in a good spot.
Yep, he's done that. I was just going to say that he's not throwing his fastball in the middle of the plate hardly at all.
Full count. And Rosario finds some open infield and gets the first Twins hit. A 1-out single, and for the first time tonight, Borucki will pitch from the stretch. Dozier will be the batter.
You can watch how he pitched Eddie Rosario. A lot of breaking balls, zip a fastball in the outside corner, and then try to do it again. Eddie keeping his hands back. 2-strike approach. Just figure out how to get the big end of the bat to the ball and hit it somewhere.
Low, ball 1. Dozier busted his bat, bouncing out to the left side his first time up. Now, I've seen infielders do this before, but if I'm reading this right, Grichuk, the center fielder, has asked the second base umpire, Sean Barber, to move from way out in center field because he's got the index card in his back pocket.
Says he needs to
says,
play
I need
right
to stay
there.
right here. And you, sir, need to move.
I can't take a step one way or the other because that's what they told
That's
me.
to right center field. Dozier with a hit. Outfielders here have to play hits like that tentatively because of the artificial turf and the big bounces. So you could see Granderson giving that first hop plenty of depth. And as a result, Rosario will go to third.
Good at bat by Brian Dozier there. Back through the ball, not trying to pull that particular pitch, and he was rewarded with a base hit.
And now Escobar called out on strikes his first time up. Second on the team in runs batted in with 60. And Escobar asked for time. And everybody had to make sure that Borucki was aware of it before he delivered home.
And we saw the graphic down there, 389 batting average with runners in scoring position.
Inside a wall. And that was the point I was going to bring up. There's a reason this guy's got 60 runs batted in.
And hitting fourth.
And hitting fourth.
Yeah.
He's been very good in situations like this.
And this road trip, just by itself, has been a good example. I don't think he feels all that great at the plate. But he's gotten hits just about every time he's been up there this series. When guys are in scoring position, when they need a big hit, he's gotten it, and other times he really hasn't looked that healthy at the plate.
Rosario with a big lead at third. Dribbler up the line. Rosario, when he gets to third, one of the first things he does is he tries to make eye contact with Paul Molitor. I want to do this. I want to try to steal home sometime. You have a left-hander on the mound here pitching from the stretch because of the runner at first. And the third baseman Solardi playing a deep third base. 1-2. Popped up. Travis in short right field makes the catch. And Rosario with a late bluff, 2 away, and that'll bring up Grossman. MLB.TV now available at a lower price for $82.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout, other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of the special offer. Rosario with a 30-foot lead, and Grossman takes a strike over the inside corner. What we've seen from Borucki, first time we've seen him in the stretch, of course, is even from the stretch he's very deliberate. Missing inside, 1-1. Rod Carew's stealing of home days were behind him when you played with him. He did it, what, 7 times in the 1969 season? Almost all of them, I think, in the first half of the year. There's a blast to left center field. Grichuk is there to end the threat. Twins get a couple of base hits, leave 2 aboard. Still scoreless in the 4th. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by Northland Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. First pitch, breaking ball on the outside corner to Teoscar Hernandez. Then it'll be Solarte and Kendrys Morales facing Berríos here in the Toronto 4th. Looked to be the changeup.
It was a changeup and a good one. And once you go through the lineup the first time, throwing almost all fastballs, next time around, guys go up looking for the fastball, and you can start them curveball changeup, and get hit 0-2 and really have them messed up.
High fastball, and it's 1-2. Ooh, Wilson held it under Wendelstedt, didn't call it. It's 2-2. Look at the breaking ball just outside. And another one gets a swinging strike 3. When Berríos was in the All-Star game, he did fine with his fastball, and he hooked some of the wildest breaking balls we've seen all year from him because he was amped up quite a bit.
Oh, he was way amped. You could tell by the breaking ball throwing in the other batter's box.
We were in Kansas City. Sal Perez, the Kansas City catcher, caught Berríos, and I asked him about that. He goes, "Oh yeah, he was really excited." And I went out and told him, I said, "Hey, when you're pitching against me, you're throwing that thing for strikes or near the strike zone. Just settle down." And The whole inning was over with so quickly for Barrios. It might have created enough memories to last him the rest of his lifetime, but it was just a few minutes out there, but he had the time of his life.
Oh,
right over the heart. One strike.
that's why I was saying you can't ask the umpires to go up there and stand there with an electronic strike zone. You can't ask them to take that abuse.
Just outside, 1-1.
You see what Bobby Wilson did right there, just imploring Barrios to, here, it's a changeup, throw it down here, get it down low. I think that's one of the best things he does. He really works. Look at this, look at where he wants the ball inside, get it in there.
Missed inside.
He's very demonstrative about working with his pitcher, especially Barrios. I think he does a great job back there.
2-1. And that corner is called. You know, Bert talks about it, Jack talks about it, you hitters talk about it. When Barrios, when he started to evolve into the pitcher that he is now, the target was over the inside corner, but he missed in off the plate. He didn't miss out over the plate. And then he comes back with a couple of pitches to strike out Solarte, 2 down. If you're going to miss off the plate. And he's gotten 6 strikeouts on his breaking ball.
So you see, watch these last 4 pitches. He goes inside, inside, get him in a hurry, jump out in front of that breaking ball. It's
2
just
down,
classic.
and now Morales on the outside corner with the breaking ball. Took a little bit off that time.
You'll remember that Morales sitting on fastball, first ball fastball last time up. So Barrios said, not again. I'm going to get ahead of you with breaking ball.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Wilson setting up over the inside corner, but the pitch was in.
Right.
He missed. He didn't miss out over the plate.
Exactly right. That's when you know you've got command of your stuff. You might not hit exactly the spot, but you want to miss further in than the inside corner or further out than the outside corner, not miss over the middle of the plate.
Bert often talks about repeating inside.
I like that too.
We've known Bert to be one of the great repeaters of all time. And Barrios just repeated inside. Missing outside, and it's 3-1.
He wanted that pitch. It looked like he came around the plate a little bit, but it was an awfully good pitch.
3-1 to Kendrys Morales. Fouled away, 3-2. When the Blue Jays came to Minnesota in late April, early May, I guess it was, there was some talk that Morales might be handed his release, but he's put together the type of numbers one would expect from Kendrys Morales at this point in his career. And he'll take a walk with 2 down. 11 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Batting average that isn't what it used to be, but still a threat. And now Russell Martin will bat with a man aboard.
See Jose's pitch selection tonight, as we said, just establishing the fastball. Pour it in there, get him thinking about fastball, and then those other 2 become half again better, at least.
Martin struck out swinging his first time up. On the ground, rolling from Polanco to Dozier. The inning ends, and we head to the 5th in a scoreless game. Plenty of offense for the Twins last night. They haven't done much of anything against Ryan Borucki yet. Just a couple of hits. They came consecutively in the fourth. And now Max Kepler, Taylor Motter, and Jorge Polanco trying to get him back into the stretch position in the fifth. Kepler called out on strikes his first time up. Up the line, foul, 1 strike. High fly, left center field. And Hernandez wants it. 1 down. And that'll bring up Taylor Motter. Borucki, the latest touch and feel left-hander to have success against the Twins. 3 hits against Barrios, just 2 against Borucki. Motter takes strike 1. Hit one off the end of the bat toward the second baseman Travis, who made a nice play to throw him out, leading off the 3rd inning. Drilled to left, a solid stroke for Motter. He's aboard with 1 out in the 5th. And now Polanco.
Good swing by Motter right there. Kind of a high middle of the plate fastball, it looked like, and he was ready for it. Here it is right here. Fastball up and out over the plate.
And Polanco would like to start picking up some hits from the right side of the plate. 0 for 1 today. 1 hit in 26 at bats now. As a right-handed batter, the hit was a double, and it was well hit, but just the 1 hit so far. Motter is picked off, and Smoke's throw, close play, got him. And Taylor Motter points to the dugout to take a look at it, because I think I swiped the bag. Derek Shelton in the background. They're going to take a look at it.
Well, the throw definitely beat him, but I think Motter's thinking that the tag was kind of a phantom tag. He never really touched him.
Second base umpire, that's Larry Vanover.
I'm not sure that there was ever contact with the glove and any part of Motter. Let's see. Here comes the swipe. Can't tell there. I thought the first one we showed you could have made a case.
And they're going to take a look at it after a long delay, and I think John Gibbons will say, hey, come on, let's go. And the Twins see something that they think can reverse this out call.
Well, I don't know. You know, it's that inconclusive evidence kind of thing is probably going to get him here, but I don't think he actually made contact. Glove on the body of Motter. Maybe I just think that because it's one of my pet peeves about guys don't tag sliding runners very well these days. Watch this. Here's what I was looking at right here. I don't know.
Did he ever put a glove on him?
I don't know if he ever got a glove on him. It looked
Slow
like
it down as slow as we can.
Not yet. He's still swiping on the bag. No, I think he's safe.
And I'm officially out of the business. I'm not going to try to predict anything after what happened in Kansas City.
Right.
I'm just not even going to guess.
If anything, he got him on the back foot, right on his spikes, when his front foot was on the base. But that sweeping swipe phantom tag, it just drives me crazy. And I'd like to see the umpires force infielders to actually tag runners out, actually make good contact.
Larry Vanover made the call. He's the umpire on the left. The crew chief is the umpire on the right. The home plate umpire, Hunter Wendelstedt. No, Larry Vanover is the crew chief. I beg your pardon. And Hunter Wendelstedt is the home plate umpire.
So I think they probably will say it's inconclusive, but for me, if I'm watching this replay, I'll call him safe.
And you would have called the Alex Gordon attempt in Kansas City
What it was.
You would have called it an out? That it was ended
No,
up.
I would have called it what it was, a trap.
Right.
Because he trapped it.
But in the box score, it was a great catch.
Yes, it was. And Alex Gordon's won all those gold gloves because of his ability to make those great catches.
Safe at second.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Twins
about.
successfully challenge it, and credit Motter now with a stolen base. Let's see this
Straddle
angle. That
the
might
bag.
be the best
look
angle.
Yeah, it's just a phantom tag. Get over to the bag, straddle the bag, and tag straight down in front of the base. Don't be. He was actually, his body was falling toward third base as he swiped backwards. That's not the way to tag somebody.
Well, Polanco with a speedy runner at second and one down. 0-2. Just seemed longer than 2 minutes 25 seconds, but that's the official length of the delay. But a successful challenge, meaning that the Twins still have one in the bank to use later. That is a fair ball. Nice pickup by Solarte, and he throws offline, and Polanco will reach. Hit right over the third base bag. And Polanco should get credit for a base hit. It would be just his second as a right-handed batter. No chance for Motter to advance on that ground ball. First and second, one down. And the whole team together, the Twins in one-run games, not doing very well at 227. Here's Bobby Wilson. Outside, ball one. Since we mentioned it, I think in Kansas City, the Mariners are 20 games above 500 with a run differential of 1 because they've won so many one-run ball games. 1-0 to Wilson. Tap foul, 1-1. Four hits in the last 7 at-bats against Barucki, and Polanco does get credit for an infield hit. 1-1 to the Twins catcher. Two and one.
I'm surprised by that official scoring call.
You would have ruled an error?
Well, I mean, it was a nice play to catch the ball, but once he did, he stopped and set himself and threw, and it was on time. And just, if he throws it on the bag, it's, I mean, if he had dived for it, had to come up and then made a wild throw, I might say base hit. But
Motter to third base, and the ball grounded sharply, and a double play. Motter took off for third, and Wilson hit a scorching ground ball for a double play. The #1 selling brand in the Twin Cities. By Grant Casino, the best stories start here. And by Wisconsin Dells, the water park capital of the world. Bottom of the 5th coming up. And Twins fans here are Pepsi fans of the game. Hoping the Twins can make it 2 in a row against Toronto. First pitch missing, low to Randall Grichuk, leading off the 5th inning for the Blue Jays. Grichuk, Travis, and Granderson against Barrios. Fly ball deep center. Kepler back. Just enough room, blown away. Let's go back to the double play grounder off the bat of Bobby Wilson. Is there any way Polanco may have missed a steal sign here?
Well, possibly. Possibly, but and it may not have been a specific sign on that pitch. He may have gotten the word to Motter, either Paul Molitor or the third base coach Gene Glynn. Steal it if you can. Motter may have looked over and said, "Hey, I can take this," and they said, "Okay." And then he picked his pitch, and so there wasn't a sign that Polanco missed. But as a runner on first base, you have to be watching. You have to be aware. If the lead guy goes, you should go.
And if he had gone, the second baseman Travis may have moved toward the bag, and maybe Wilson, instead of hitting it right at the second baseman, might have gotten a base hit to the outfield.
And I think I think at the very least, we'd have seen something positive, because even if the second baseman Travis had kind of held his position and fielded the ball, with the first baseman playing behind Polanco, he had a big lead. If he took off when he would have been so close to second base, I don't think they'd have gotten 2 on that play, and a run would have scored.
Right. 1-2 to Devin Travis. Excuse me, 2-2. Lays off the breaking ball, full count. 1 walk by Barrios. That was to Morales last inning. 3 singles. Blue Jays have had 1 threat, first and third, 1 out in the second, but Barrios pitched out of it. 3-2.
Ouch.
Snap bat, and Polanco scoops and fires 2 down. Coming up Monday, July 30th, it's College of St. Benedict and St. John's University night at Target Field. A limited number of St. Ben's and St. John's theme night ticket packages are available that include a game ticket and a white and red Twins cap. You can learn more at twinsbaseball.com/CSBSJU or call 800-33-TWINS. And you've appealed for USC night at Target Field, and the Twins have shunned your request. 2 down. Is there like a USC chapter in the Twin Cities?
There is.
The really? Bauer to the bag, and that wraps up the bottom of the 5th inning. On to the 6th in a scoreless game. SportsNorth.com. Submit a photo and message for the opportunity to be featured in the Minnesota Lottery Winner's Circle during the broadcast and receive $100 in scratch tickets with the Minnesota Lottery. Every day is game day. 6th inning, no score. 3rd time through the order for the Twins against Ryan Barecki. And Barecki has gotten Joe Mauer to ground out to his second baseman, Devin Travis, twice. Fastball, strike one. Twins with 4 singles, 2 of them consecutively in the 4th with 1 out, 2 of them consecutively in the 5th with 1 out. 1-1. And the spray chart for Joe looking different against lefties than righties. And when we show you this and when we try to detail how the game has evolved with the shifting and all that, it's much more detailed than we have the ability, time to explain to you. Here's a ball hit to left. Hernandez goes back and drops the ball on the edge of the track, and now Mauer will try for second base, and he is in there. An error should be charged to Hernandez, who got back, turned around. The ball was right there chest high, and he dropped it.
Joe drills this ball to left field. As we've seen him do so many times, he got up and just kind of took his eye off of it. Joe can't believe it. I mean, that ball was right in his glove. You can't blame Joe for that. I mean, he's running hard, then he sees it camped under it.
Well, the Twins got to take advantage of this. They've been given a runner in scoring position and have 3 outs left. Rosario takes up high, ball 1. Rosario spanked a single to left field in the 4th inning, his and the team's first hit of the night. And now 2-0.
I think what you were referring to with Joe about the scatter chart that we showed, we can't show you how many of the hits to left field, for example, are in the air.
Right.
And you know, we show
but
that
they have that information.
Right. They absolutely do. That's why they play them the way. That's what I was thinking. It's like they don't shift everybody over to the left side for Joe in the infield, because he'll hit ground balls all over the place.
Right.
He'll pull ground balls, but if the ball's hit to left field, for the most part, it's in the air.
2-1 to Rosario. On the ground, nice stop at second by Travis. Throws him out. Mauer advances to third. Not ground ball, and a nice play by Travis. 1 down in the first run of the game, 90 feet away.
Productive out there, as they say. Rosario hits it sharply. Travis makes a very good play to take an RBI away from Rosario, run away from the Twins. But it was productive. Gets Joe over to third with only 1 out.
Blue Jays bring the infield in for Dozier. Inside, ball 1.
Here's a situation. I really think that Brian needs to look out over the plate, think about hitting the ball back to center or right center like he did his first time up. Very vulnerable to change up if he tries to pull. He doesn't have to do that much to get the run in.
Strike 1-1. He has 2 hits on his road trip, and both of them have gone to right center field.
If he will forget about inside fastballs and just look out over the plate, very, very easy to get the ball, hit the ball in the air to the outfield.
And he gets a fastball over the inside corner. 1-2.
So I'm not exactly sure. He took a changeup down the middle for a strike, and then he took that fastball on the inside corner. So he's in between, or he's changing it with every pitch. I'm not exactly sure what he's looking for.
To center field, charging is Grichuk, tagging is Mauer. Here comes Mauer. Grichuk's throw to the plate is not in time, and Dozier puts the Twins in front 1-0. Not a deep fly ball, but deep enough.
Good job, Brian. Hit the ball to center field, get the run in. That's a good job.
With 2 strikes. You got Mauer in from third. 1-0 Twins, and now Eduardo Escobar. Escobar was in a similar spot in the 4th inning, but he popped up to the second baseman Travis. Escobar called out on strikes in the 2nd, hit the pop up in the 4th. Waits and waits and waits and takes a breaking ball over the inside corner. Foul back, 0-2. I don't know, until you see an outfielder's arm. I mean, on a short fly ball, that throw's got to land on the other side of the mound, doesn't it?
Yes.
And it kind of landed on the outfield side. Here's a ball lashed to the gap.
Not a double for Escobar.
Go round first and go to second. He's got another double. So Escobar continues to pick up doubles. He leads the world now with 37 doubles. 4 ahead of Francisco Lindor in the American League.
Ball out over the plate, high and away, went with it.
Matt Carpenter of the Cardinals leads the National League with 31. And now Robbie Grossman, a ground ball and a fly ball. Strike 1. Well, the Twins take advantage of the Hernandez error and get a run. The inning will continue because of the error. Another runner out there in scoring position.
Yeah, it'd be good to see Robbie drive that run in. A little quick 2-out ambush for another run.
That's down the line and fair into the corner. Escobar will trot home. And Grossman, as you say, traded places with it. An RBI double, and it's 2-0. A couple of unearned runs, and the Twins looking for more here in the 6th.
Yeah, nothing better than stringing doubles together. Good job by Robbie Grossman here. Off-speed pitch and look of some kind of look like. And Robbie drilled it down the left field line. Trade places with Escobar. He's out there again for Max Kepler.
Walker, the pitching coach, to the mound. John Axford getting loose in the Jays' pen. Well, the Twins haven't done much against Barucki, but good teams, or teams when they're playing well, do what the Twins have done here in the 6th inning. You got a taut, scoreless game, and the door cracks open just a little bit with the error. And when a team is playing well, they just find a way to turn that into something. The Twins have been on the other side of it a lot this year as well. Here's Kepler, fouled off his front leg. And Kepler does a somersault. Right off the foot. Instep. That's Tony Leo, and you probably had it done to you when you did that and they came out and sprayed your impacted area with that freeze stuff. It didn't do any good, did it?
No. Just made it hurt worse.
I asked Tony about that stuff. He said, no, nobody's used that for years. I think they use it now to start snowmobiles when it's like 30 below or something like that.
Our trainer Dick Martin used to come out. I'd yell at him, go away, get away from me with that stuff. Let me just walk around here in pain. Leave me alone. That hurts. I can't even begin to tell you how much that hurts.
Paul Molitor talking with Hunter Wendelstedt.
And Paul knows too. I mean, Paul knows exactly what that feels like.
Twins do have 4 bench players with the roster move. Tony Leo, the head trainer, heading back. Adrianza, Garver, Cave, and Morrison are on the bench today. 1 strike to Kepler. Oh. Where did that get you? Higher up on the leg. Off the calf.
Oh, man.
0-2. Breaking ball driven to center. Grichuk going back, tracking it, and he makes the catch. Twins take advantage of the Toronto error, turn it into 2 runs in the 6th. By Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Jeep, the official vehicles of summer. With Marty Keller and Roy Smalley, Dick Bramer here at the Rogers Center. Twins now with a 2-0 lead, and Barrios a first pitch strike to Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
Boy, he has good command of the fastball tonight. It was to your point earlier about where he's locating relative to the target.
Gurriel takes a breaking ball, 1-1. And a grounder foul, 1-2. We've seen from Barrios an eagerness to take the mound that builds during his days off between starts. And a base hit to left field, a breaking ball, and Gurriel has his second hit against Barrios. And as much as it builds for Barrios through his bullpen day up to his scheduled to start every 5 games. Now he's had a couple of extra days added to it, so you can imagine he was really anxious to get back on the mound here tonight. And now Smoke will bat as the tying run.
Boy, that was good at bat by Gurriel. Fastball singed the outside corner. He threw it in under his hands on the inside corner, and then threw a pretty good breaking ball, and Gurriel stayed on it, was able to get a base hit. I really like that kid. I think he's going to have a very, very good career in the big leagues. So watch this. He's got a fastball on the outside corner, misses with a breaking ball, inside corner, and then a pretty good breaking ball for a base hit. That's good hit.
1 strike to Smoke. Old foul, 2 strikes. Yeah, kind of hard to quarrel with the location. The pitch was down and away. Gurriel reached across and hooked it into left field.
Especially after the fastball, 93 in under his hands, moving in under his hands. The pitch before jammed him. As we were talking about, most hitters will get in more of a hurry when that happens, and Gurriel was able to wait long enough to get the bat on that breaking ball. Just tip your hat to him.
Fastball zipped inside off the plate, 1-2. It's the first time tonight that the Blue Jays have had their leadoff man on. Got the inside corner, and Smoke actually jumped in the batter's box. That pitch and its location surprised him. 1 down. And now Hernandez.
Here's what you're talking about, protecting against the curveball, and then when that fastball zips in there on the inside, watch. He said, wait, I got to make sure it's not the breaking ball, and then too late. Fastball's by him.
1 down, and now Hernandez, a fly ball to center and a strikeout. Ball 1. Eight ground ball double plays with Berrios on the rubber. Just outside, and it's 2-0.
So we were talking about all the data that they have on. Look at the defensive lineman here. Almost 3 guys almost on one side of the infield, and then the outfield swung way around the other way. That's how much they know about these hitters and where guys tend to hit the ball. Pull on the ground, other way in the air.
3-0 now to Hernandez. To the back slope of the mound to compose himself a little bit. 5th 3-ball count for Berrios. So far, just 1 walk. 3-1.
See the ball's put in play by location.
Back to Berrios. He'll fire to second.
Nice play.
What a throw
nice
by
play
Berrios.
by Berrios.
A chest high throw to Dozier with some hair on it, and they turn a double play and wrap up the 6th inning.
Middle infielder to middle infielder right there. Jose Berrios, a great fielder. That man right there is the story of the game. Jose Berrios with maybe his best command, or at least one of the games with best command of the year, shutting down the Blue Jays. Twins will get a run. Joe Mauer hit ball hard to left field, and Hernandez dropped. He would score on a sacrifice fly later on by Brian Dozier, and then with 2 outs, a little ambush, mini ambush, back-to-back doubles by Escobar and Grossman for the 2nd run. And that's where we are here as we head to the 7th inning. It's 2-0 Twins.
Taylor Motter 1 for 2. He will lead things off in the 7th. You impressed me the other day because I said it on Twitter, and I asked you too, as you look at the new pitcher, John Axford, whether I was the only one that every time I say Taylor Motter's name, I think of the song Camp Granada. And you and I are kind of contemporaries. You remember the Alan Sherman bit from the Ed Sullivan Show and others. Broken back grounder, and Taylor Motter is retired. And you not only remember the song, you remembered all the lyrics.
I got most of them.
One down here in the 7th. And we invite you to Google it.
It's pretty funny. We used to laugh in my family with at that song. It just tickled all of us. I think we might end up getting the 45 or something. My mom thought it was so funny that I thought it was that I learned the words from the radio. I think she got the 45 or some doggone thing.
Here's Polanco. Pitches up, ball 1. Anyway, the song starts Hello Mata.
Hello Mata.
Fada.
Hello Fada.
And so every time I hear or say Taylor Motter's name, for some reason that triggers an old thought. 1-0 to Polanco. Got an infield hit his last time up as a right-handed batter. And at the knees, 1-1. Rios looks ready to go for the 7th inning. Breaking ball, and Polanco out in front. 1-2. Inside, tried to clip the corner but missed. Axford's bounced around. Used to be a really good closer with the Brewers. Still seems to have plenty of zip on his fastball. Chopped to a seam in the infield defense, and again Devin Travis. Seen him make that play a half dozen times, it seems, already in this series. Good play for out number 2. That'll bring up Bobby Wilson. Saturday, one of baseball's best rivalries is renewed as the Cubs take on the Cardinals. Coverage begins at 2:30 p.m. Central on FS1. Stream it live on the Fox Sports app. Might keep an eye on that as we get ready to bring you Game 3 of the Twins Boston series. Be working with Torrey Hunter in that series. Things have tightened up a bit with the Pirates starting to put a little heat on the rest of the division.
Matt Carpenter got a month's worth of hits against the Cubs in that series.
Solarte across the diamond. Wilson quickly retired, and the Twins go down 1-2-3 with 3 ground ball outs against John Axford.
Jose Barrios, and this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Minnesota Twins, LLC.
You came here many times as a player. I was a
Not this ballpark.
no.
I wish I had.
This is a little bit better than Exhibition Stadium.
I would say just a tad.
Solarte will lead off the 7th for Toronto. Solarte, Morales, and Martin against Barrios, starting the inning with 88 pitches thrown. High strike is called. Mentioned that in Barrios' last start, the Rays sent 8 men to the plate, scored 4 runs against him in the 4th inning. He then pitched through 6 innings. Started the 7th, a couple of guys got on base. He came out, those guys scored. So that's how the Rays ended up with 6 runs, earned runs against Barrios. But with the 8 men batting in that 4th inning, you contrast that to tonight, and the most the Jays have had against him is 5 men in 1 inning. The bloop double, the single, and that's really the best threat that the Jays have had of scoring 1 run, much less 4. Nice catch.
Oh, look at that. They just,
Ho-hum.
Ho-hum is right. Nothing to it. Here, I'll get that one.
2 strikes to Solarte. Rounded foul. Now, you grew up in Southern California. You went to Dodger games, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Did you ever
absolutely.
catch a foul ball as a fan?
Never.
Never did.
Never got close to one.
2 strikes to Solarte. Breaking ball down and in, and a swinging
And
strikeout.
did you see Bobby Wilson right there? Did you see where he wanted it? And Barrios clapping his hands his hand against the glove and pointing at Wilson, saying, "Nice going." Bobby Wilson works hard back there with his pitcher, and with Jose Barrios, I've noticed with Barrios, maybe more than anybody, he just works him and works him and works him, trying to get. Watch this. Get it down here. Get it down here. Down on the ground. That's why he wanted it down there.
1 down. And now Morales. And another breaking ball for a first pitch strike.
Good slow motion shot of the grip on that he uses on that curveball right there, and the depth of movement.
There he is coming inside with a fastball after the breaking ball clipped the outside corner.
I just love his command with his pitches tonight. It's as good, maybe not the best he's been. It's as good as he's been, I think.
Swing and a miss. The fastball that got the strikeout was in the Smoke at bat in the 6th, and he got Smoke looking at a fastball. The swing and miss pitches have been the breaking balls.
Yeah, look at this pitch. Look at the break on that. It's almost like he's throwing one of those wiffle balls. And with the solid wiffle balls, you can break 8 feet.
Tapper to short. Polanco can wait for a nice convenient hop. 2 down. And before Russell Martin gets in the box, let's go to Marnie Gelner.
It's been a great pitching performance tonight from Jose Barrios. Hopefully we see one tomorrow in the season debut for Irvin Santana. It's our Sanford Health Injury Report. About 5.5 months after surgery on the middle finger of his pitching hand, Irvin will be back here after 7 rehab starts to get to this point. Here we are. And Irvin said today his velocity is down a bit, but that his doctor has reassured him that will come back, and maybe even the adrenaline that he has tomorrow will help push that up a bit. In any case, the last rehab start that he made, Paul Molitor made it a point to say the command was so sharp and so impressive for Irvin. So we might see a little bit of a different Irvin Santana, but I think the big news is we will see Irvin Santana tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Thank you, Marnie. And Paul made the point, too, that when he was younger, Santana was throwing 97, 98 miles per hour. So by the time the Twins got him, he had already adjusted somewhat to diminished velocity. Now there's a limit as to how low you can go with your top end fastball, but he's already, in Paul's mind at least, made the start of that transition years ago.
Irvin knows how to pitch. And if he's throwing 90 miles an hour, there are two things that will be important for and will allow Irvin to win ball games here in the second half, even without being able to get to 94, 95. If he's got 90 or 91 on his fastball, if he's throwing that where he wants to on both sides of the plate, and his knuckle is allowing him to throw that slider on the outside corner to right-handers like what makes him so good, and he told me today that it is.
Breaking ball, and
it's not
Rios prances off the mound. Another 3-batter inning in the 7th. 7 shutout innings and a 2-0 Twins lead. With 7 shutout innings pitched, smiles in that dugout from the manager and the pitcher. And yeah, he was you could sense some pent-up energy because he got a few extra days, and boy was he sharp here tonight. Mauer takes strike 1 from Axford, who just threw 7 pitches and getting 3 outs in the 7th.
Well, we'd like to see 2 more runs, boys. 2 more would be good.
Twins got their runs in the 6th inning. Mauer let things off. The line drive to the warning track in left field, and Teoscar Hernandez retreated, turned around, and clanked it. Never got it in the inside of the glove at all, and it went for a 2-base error. Twins got a couple of 2-out doubles to score their 2 runs. Pitch is up. 2-1. That's to the backstop. 3-1. Trevor Hildenberger getting loose for the Twins. It would be a safe assumption, I think, that he'll be asked to pitch the 8th inning.
Yep. I think it's a Hildenberger.
Rodney,
yep. It's a Hildenberger Rodney end of the game. It's the plan from Paul Molitor.
And fouled into the seats.
And I'd still like to see 2 more runs. Just would like to see it.
Well, he came into the game with a 3.52 ERA. Obviously went down tonight. Mauer takes a leadoff walk here in the 8th inning. Won't finish the game, but he is our Coors Light refreshing finish. Twin starter Jose Barrios.
As good as you're going to see a pitcher pitch. 3 outstanding pitches, as we know, but when he's throwing those 3 where he wants to throw them, in and around the strike zone, and he's darn near unhittable. I think he showed that tonight. That was a masterful performance, overpowering performance.
And Rosario takes ball 1. Away again. Manfred breezed through the 7th inning. Got 3 ground ball outs. Now he's had some difficulty throwing strikes here in the 8th.
Throw it in the middle of the plate here.
Rosario uncoils and misses.
That was the one I was hoping he'd throw him. I was going to bet you my house that Eddie was going to rock one there, and glad I couldn't get that out of my mouth. Good fastball right there. 95.
2-1. And now 2-2.
Nice play by Russell Martin.
Backhanded it. Looked at first. Kept Mauer honest. Wouldn't think Joe would take off here, but we'll see.
I think there's an even chance. I think there's an even chance. It all depends on whether or not Paul thinks Eddie is going to contact this ball.
Mauer goes, and the ball hit behind him into right field. Mauer will gain third base accordingly. And the Twins have a threat here with a walk and a Rosario single.
Yeah, I really thought that Paul would get the runner started there. It was all about whether Eddie was going to put the ball in play or whether he thought he might actually might be able to strike him out. I think Paul bet on Eddie there. The odds were in Eddie's favor. It was a good call, good decision.
And now Dozier, who drove in the first run of the game with a fly ball to short center field, has a chance to get another run batted in here. First and third, nobody out. The Jays infield is playing halfway in. Strike on the outside corner. Dozier with a bouncer to short in the first. Single to right in the fourth, and then hit the short fly ball, scoring Mauer in the sixth. And now 0-2. Dozier's fly ball came with 2 strikes. Just missed. Came inside and almost clipped the corner. 1-2.
Well, you're right, Dick. This is really close. I thought it might have been a strike.
Ooh.
Yep. Brian got a gift there. See if he can make him pay.
Breaking ball. Missed inside again. And Axford can't believe that he missed on back-to-back pitches when he absolutely needs a strikeout here. Really fooled Brian with the breaking ball, and it looked like it bent over the inside corner. 2-2. Fouled straight back. Trying to add some more runs to Berrios' lead. 2-0. Backhanded again by Martin. And it's 3-2. Axford's gone 3-2 to everybody this inning. Rosario doesn't go, and Dozier strikes out. On would look to be ball 4. 1 down. That'll bring up Escobar.
Zipped a fastball on the outside corner. Ryan protecting inside against inside a little bit. Just couldn't put the bat on the ball out there on the outside corner.
Escobar doubled and scored his last time up. Here the Twins would like something, anything, to get Mauer in from third base.
Yeah, that's a big run out there. It really is. They did it very, very well getting their runs in the 6th inning.
Up and away, ball 1.
You need to get this one here. You had mentioned what good teams do, what good lineups do, and if you're going to win ball games, great majority of the time, when you get gifts, get guys to third base, errors or walks in key situations, get guys to third base. You got to get them in some way.
Pitch is high, 2-0. Axford asked to pitch 2 innings here tonight, in part, I would imagine, because of how the Blue Jays assembled the game last night. Jaime Garcia pitched 3 innings last night, unavailable, and a couple of other guys pitched a couple innings. 2-0 to Escobar. Now 2-1. Back again. 2-2.
Axford still getting up there, 95 miles an hour.
That's why you look at his numbers, and he's not a successful closer anymore like he used to be, but he's still got some components of a really good relief pitcher.
What we've seen so far is not great command of a secondary pitch, but the fastball still got a lot of life.
Now Rosario takes off and safe at second base. And Axford's gone 3-2 on everybody now in the 8th inning. So Rosario takes off and eventually steals second. Now the Blue Jays will be forced to bring the infield all the way in.
Huge gamble right there. If he gets thrown out of second base, you take the driving in the run without a hit away.
Well, that's why I thought he didn't go on the Dozier at bat on 3-2.
Well, that's exactly why he did.
Infield in. Chopped foul.
That and the fact that, I mean, Paul wants that run in from third. So guys running on the bases, somebody hits a line drive at somebody for a double, an easy double play, doubling the base stealer off of first base, and then it takes away the ability to get that runner in from third with anything other than a base hit. So good that Eddie's on second.
7 pitches in the 7th inning for Axford. This is his 26th this inning. To the right field corner and deep. Gone! A 3-run home run for Escobar. And the Twins have broken it open here in the 8th.
Inexplicable pitch to me. I mean, good for Eduardo Escobar. Great 2-strike hit and 3-2 count. Stays on a breaking ball. A lot of guys would be out in front or really mess that up. Watch here. Watch. He stays with it. Throws the big end of the bat, flips it over the right field fence to put the game out of reach now for the Twins, most likely. But I just don't understand that pitch. Just got through saying he hasn't shown command of that breaking ball at all. He's had Escobar fouling the ball off late on fastballs, and then decides to try to trick him 3-2. I don't, with something that just speeded up his bat. I don't get that.
1 down, and Axford comes off the mound and has some words with Hunter Wendelstedt. One out in the 8th inning, and Aaron Loop will pitch for the Toronto Blue Jays, facing Robbie Grossman.
Saw him last night. He's got an interesting stat line. You can see the opponent batting average over 300. He's given up about as many hits as innings pitched, but also as about as many strikeouts as innings pitched. Generally, if you don't strike out, you're going to get a base hit off this guy, I guess.
Grossman with an RBI double his last time up as a right-handed batter against Baraki. Grossman takes a ball 2-1. Twins with 7 shutout innings by Jose Barrios today. The lead has grown after he was told he's done for the night. Meanwhile, in Rochester, Steven Gonsalves with 7 shutout innings, and more impressively for Gonsalves, no walks. That's been the biggest issue for Gonsalves. He's been pitching well, but walking too many people. But tonight, 7 shutout innings without a walk for the Red Wings. And there's a called 3rd strike, out number 2. And before Kepler hits, Twins take on the Royals Saturday, August 4th, 1 week from Saturday. And before the game, Johan Santana will be inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame. The first 10,000 fans in attendance will get a Johan Santana Twins Hall of Fame bobblehead presented by Delta Airlines. Go to twinsbaseball.com/tickets to learn more. I just threw it out there, third inning, something like that, about it kind of fitting if it were Berríos starting that night, because Berríos is perhaps going to be the next Cy Young Award winner for the Twins. He's got the stuff to do it down the road. There's plenty of competition within the American League. Travis makes that play again, and this time Kepler beats it out. Kepler, who hasn't been hitting the ball hard here tonight, hustles his way to an apparent 2-out single.
Max gets down the line really well. We've seen Travis make that play coming across the diamond, throwing back across his body very well, but Max can get down that line. He's got, as I mentioned in the outfield, he's got a beautiful running gait, and once he gets going, he can chew up the ground pretty well. Yep, that was the difference right there. He had 2 extra steps getting a handle on the ball.
Motters hit the ball on the ground 3 times, once sharply to left for a base hit. And now inside, 2-0. Inning started with a walk, single, and a home run followed. Three and 0 to Motter. The series in Minnesota, the Blue Jays won the first 2 games. And Fernando Romero pitched most of a shutout in game 3. Three and 1. Popped up short center. Going out is Travis. He makes the catch to end the inning, but a good one for the Twins. Bauer draws a walk, and by inning's end, the Twins tacked on 3 more. It's 5-0. Series sweep in Kansas City. Twins season ticket packages are now more convenient than ever. All traditional ticket plans include unlimited ticket exchange options, so you never have a ticket go unused. Season ticket holders are also automatically enrolled in the Sweet Spot benefits and rewards program. Learn more at twinsbaseball.com/season tickets. Trevor Hildenberger was warming up with a 2-0 lead. It's now 5-0, and he'll face Randall Grichuk. outside, nearly hit him. And a strike. And now 1-2. The American League East, of course, dominated by the Red Sox, playing .700 baseball, just about anyway, 71-31. Then the Yankees 6 games behind them coming into play today. And Grichuk swung at a pitch and nearly hit him in the knees. One down.
That changeup will just baffle people. It's like, what? The heck was that?
One down, and now Devin Travis. But life in the American League East is just going to be tough if you're not.
How can you be 71-31?
Well,
gee whiz.
But it's how they've done it,
yeah,
and how the Yankees have so quickly rebuilt internally. That's not the Yankee way. You know, it used to be, Mark Teixeira, you want to come play for us? We'll sign you to this contract. Curtis Granderson, you want to come? Okay, we'll sign you too. But the Yankees have done it internally for the most part.
Well, you know, the other thing.
Into right field, a base hit.
One of the best moves in recent history was trading the big closer
Chapman,
Aroldis Chapman, to the Indians for good prospects. Having him turn around and then re-sign him.
Right.
That's they got prospects and got him back, and those prospects are. They had some guys coming in the minor leagues. That those guys from Cleveland have helped.
Here's Granderson. Strike on the outside corner. I think the perception is, even though the Twins have had a disappointing season, that they'll be the next team within the American League Central to have a chance anyway to leapfrog over the Indians and have not a dynasty or anything like that, but I mean the other 3 teams, you got Cleveland right now on top, then you have the Twins, and then you've got the Royals, White Sox, and Tigers, and they're all in various stages of rebuilding. Swung on and missed 1-2. As you look at the American League Central standings, and the Twins with an outside chance of leapfrogging the Indians yet this year, but at some point down the road, I think that's the way most people in baseball seem to think the division will sort itself out. In the American League East, I mean, what do you do if you're the Rays? The Orioles are really bad this year, and they may be worse next year. What do you do if you're the Jays? Because those 2 teams, the Yankees and the Red Sox,
yeah,
are going to be good for a while.
They're going to be good for a while. The players, the key players are young.
Dozier gets the force at second, relay to first. Double play. Dozier to Polanco to Mauer. And Granderson wraps into a double play. And Hildenberger faces just 3 men in the inning. Yeah, the Twins trying to make it victories in the first 2 games here, and in the 9th inning they'll face Sungwon Oh. Had pretty good numbers for the Blue Jays this year. Very low opponent batting average and a low whip.
Yeah, that whip is important. It really is.
You'll face Polanco, Wilson, and Mauer. Ball 1. Not being a save situation, the Twins, thanks to the 3 runs in the 8th inning, are not warming up Fernando Romero. Instead, it's Ryan Presley. 1-1. Presley starting his warm-up tosses from behind the mound. Two and one.
That whip number that we showed you, of course, is the walks and hits to innings pitched. You saw O's at 1.02, I think, something right around 1. It makes a difference. You get a pitcher that's got a 1 whip or sub 1. You look at their success rate, it's all good. Everybody that can
Pop up a foul pop. Solarte strikes across the foul line to make a catch, 1 away.
And so much of that whip is the walk part. You know, you're going to give up some hits, but guys that don't walk anybody make a team get 4, 5, 6 hits to have a big inning. It's hard to do that in the big leagues. It's hard to string that many hits together.
And if you can do a nice job, as O has, of keeping the ball in the ballpark, just 5 home runs allowed, just add, you know, what it takes to score a run. If he's only allowing 1 hit or 1 walk per inning, and you probably need 3 of something to score a run.
Right. It's exactly the point.
1-0 to Bobby Wilson, who's done a great job catching this ball game again here tonight. 1-1. Be curious with our curious start time tomorrow, 4 o'clock, whether the Twins might be tempted to bring Wilson back, catch the series finale, or whether Mitch Garver would get the start. 1-2. Technically, I guess it's a day game after a night game, but it's later in the day. Just outside.
As the game has gone on, the strike zone has shrunk a bit.
And Wilson strikes out, 2 down.
That's a good breaking ball that O's featuring.
4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. And you can see the probables with Irvin Santana making his 2018 debut. Sam Gaviglio making his 13th start of the year for Toronto. Twins not scheduled to face Jay Happ, who pitched on Sunday for the Blue Jays. Here's Mauer. 0 for 2, but he scored 2 runs. Reached on the Hernandez error leading off the 6th. Drew a leadoff walk in the 8th. 1 strike. And now a ball. The 99th game of the year for the Twins. Fouled away, 1-2. Looking for win number 46. That's to left. And Hernandez, not far from where he clanked one in the 6th, makes the catch. And O has a 1-2-3 ninth.
think that was on Fernando Rodney's citizenship test.
What, putting ketchup and mustard on a hot dog?
You have to put mustard on a hot dog. True or false?
Ryan Presley will pitch the 9th inning, 50th game for Presley. And he'll face Gurriel, Smoke, and Hernandez. There's a fastball, belt high for a strike.
And I'm not a mustard guy, but I'll put it on a hot dog.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Can't
just an
stand
okay
the stuff.
mustard.
Cannot stand the stuff. And outside with a fastball. Hey, earlier you were talking about Barrios throwing in the mid-90s and pitching up and in and doing so effectively. And I wanted to ask you, but he got the third out so quickly. When you're up there and a guy throws that hard, mid-90s, that's kind of the standard now these days. Can you hear a fastball when it's upstairs and maybe you don't hear it when it's downstairs?
That's how I could tell whether I want to swing it or not. If I could hear it, I didn't want to swing.
But it was too late then.
Right. It's like, well, Nolan Ryan was easy. He grunted on the fastball.
We talk about changing eye levels and all that, pitching up and then pitching down. But I just wondered whether hitters can actually hear good, hard, high fastballs.
No,
you can't.
You don't hear. No, you don't hear that.
So the legend that Nolan Ryan would throw 100 and you could hear it hiss.
Well, now Nolan's different.
Okay, you could hear Nolan's.
Sometimes better than see it.
2-2. Sounded like a strike, right?
That's exactly what I told Durwood Merrill. The umpire went down. Right?
One down.
Nolan threw one about 180 right down the middle. I mean, it was right down the middle. I took it. Durwood called it a strike, and I made a big fight. No, it wasn't. That wasn't. And now Durwood's mad because the ball's. If you're going to argue with the ball right down the middle, the umpire's going to get really mad, right? And he's starting to come around and take his mask off and really get after me. And I said, that ball sounded high to me.
And he realized
he realized I was kidding. He put his mask back on. He was laughing. He had to pretend to dust off the plate because he was laughing. Nolan could flat rush it up there.
Here is Smoke with the bases empty and one down. Busted bat and a bouncer to third. Third baseman standing over there. And Smoke will head back to the dugout, pick up his bat, his thumbs, and head back to the clubhouse.
And he had about 70 more feet to the left. He could have hit that ball, but he hit it right to the only guy that was standing over there. That would make me crazy.
Here is Hernandez. It was the shortstop Polanco making the throw out. Keeping score is different these days because you used to be able to keep score and tell where the ball was hit, and now you can't.
I do. I
put arrows on mine too.
I just put the number of where the ball was hit.
All right. So what'd you put there?
I put 4. Oh, right there.
Yeah.
I put 6-3 because it was hit.
But it was the third baseman who made the play.
Well, I don't care. I want to know where it was hit. So it was hit to the 6th spot. I don't care who's standing over there.
Okay.
When the Twins made the last double play, it was 4-6-3. It happened to be Eduardo Escobar that turned the double play, which is kind of cool when you think about it. When the Twins shift, they've got 2 guys on the left side of the infield, both of whom are accomplished shortstops.
And that wraps it up. Presley with a very brisk, quick bottom of the 9th inning. He gets to finish the ball game, and the Twins pitchers face just 3 men in every inning since the 4th, and a 5-0 victory for the Twins, and they've now gone 2-3 on this road trip. Anthony LaPanta, Twins got some clutch hits along the way, but clearly Jose Barrios the headliner again here tonight.